reason why these guys are farming organically is because, you know, I've learned from these guys, from Warren Weber in particular, that by farming using organic practices, you're really taking care of the land as well as taking care of the crops that you're growing.
Organic farming has a good influence on people and the environment. It is a type of agriculture that uses biological pest control, compost, crop rotation, and manure to grow healthy crops and maintain nutrient-filled soil. At Starroot Farm, they use this method without using synthetic fertilizers or pesticides. Organic farmers try to preserve the environment by preventing soil depletion and promoting healthy ecosystems and habitats. These systems are better for your health and have a better chance of preserving farming potential for generations to come. Warren Weber started Starroot Farms in 1974. He graduated from UC Berkeley after attaining a PhD in English literature. Surprisingly, he left English literature, going back to Bolinas to farm. Today, he is the president of California Certified Organic Farmers, co-founder of the Organic Farming Research Foundation, and president of Marin Organic. Doug Gallagher is the manager of the farm. Although the farm started out with only 5 acres, the now 40 acres that make up the flat land used by Starroot Farms used to be wetlands. However, over the years, erosion in time causes it to turn into rich and fertile soil that is good for farming. There are 100 acres in total, but only 40 are used to farm because they need a balance of farmland and the wild. They also have 3 acres of greenhouses. In the winter months, they plant 20 acres of organic farming in the Coachella Valley of Southern California. When Warren Weber began his farm, he used horses and plows to plant and sustain his crops. The horse manure on the ground that was full of nutrients that were great for growing plants created a natural fertilizer or compost that made the crops as good as they were and are. Nowadays, horses have been replaced by tractors because it is much more practical on a farm of its size. Chicken manure is used instead and is driven to the farm, then laid out on the fields that do not currently have crops on them to fertilize the soil. Starroot Farms is a sustainable farm. They even get all of their water from the rain and runoff from the hills. They trap this water by creating a man-made pond for storage. It is then pumped out into the sprinkler system and used as irrigation. If the water level drops, they divert water from the creek that runs through their property. This creek is named Pine Gulch Creek, and 5 farms, including Starroot Farms, are situated on it. In order to maintain a healthy ecosystem, all 5 of the farms are organic so as not to pollute the water. To save energy, many of the employees at Starroot Farms also ride bikes instead of driving on trucks while working around the farm. There are 12 paid employees farming at Starroot Farms. However, without the volunteers and interns that help out around the farm, nothing would get done. Starroot Farms farms organically, which not only means that they do not use pesticides, but also that they don't use the system of monocropping. Monocropping is where there is only one type of crop growing across many acres. Monocropping is bad because one disease or bug that can kill that plant can multiply and defeat the whole crop. When crops are sprayed with pesticides, fertilizers, and chemicals, the disease or bug is killed and the crops don't die. Organic farmers instead grow many different crops together so that they are recreating a whole ecosystem, and the beneficial insects eat the harmful insects that could have taken out the whole season's harvest. Many of the big factory farms might make more money, as the farmers at Starroot receive less than 20 cents per dollar for their products, but that does not mean that factory farming is the way to go. Factory farms are bad for your health, the environment, and the farmer. That is why at Starroot Farms they farm organically and sustainably. Starroot Farms works together with Marin Organic to provide healthy organic food to many schools in Marin County. Every week, a Marin Organic truck will come to Starroot Farms to pick up freshly grown produce. These are then distributed to schools and local restaurants. Starroot also sells its produce at farmers markets. It is one of the most prominent sellers at farmers markets. It has been around since the 1970s. In fact, Starroot Farms is the oldest continuously certified organic grower in California. Starroot Farms has succeeded for countless years to provide healthy, delicious, sustainable, and organic products to Marin County and hopes to continue for many more.